I'm holding about an inch away from my head. All right. So believe it or not, an inch away from my head was proven to be dramatically safer than touching my head. If the phone was within millimeters of touching your head, it became that much more dangerous. And if the actual phone was touching the head, that was the greatest likelihood of some type of cancer-based event. Now, let's flash forward to a device like these headphones. And I have mine right here, which are not wireless, but they're the same AirPod. They look exactly the same, except they have the wire. So now I'm taking this AirPod and I'm actually inserting it, about a half an inch into my ear canal on each side. And the crazy thing is that this acts as a receiver from your phone. So instead of you holding the phone to your head, now you're always holding the phone to your head, but now hands-free, right? That's the benefit. But instead of the phone actually being held to your head, it's held inside your head. That is the more dangerous part. So now if you look, this is probably not a half an inch, but pretty close. It's greater than a quarter of an inch. So it's certainly not touching. It's actually inside of my ear canal, that much closer to my brain. And it actually has more of a frequency as it goes between both AirPods. And I'll talk about that in just a moment, which makes it even more dangerous. So what compounds it as well is the amount of time now. So before, you might be on your phone, and you might talk for, 10-minute conversation or so, or 5 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever it might be. But people are now wearing these wireless AirPods during their 1-hour workout or all day long. They just never take them out. And again, one more thing that compounds this, and I'll start to get more into the data in just a minute, is that this wireless AirPod sends a frequency to this wireless AirPod, and they actually communicate and talk back and forth. Well, how do you think that they're going and communicating back and forth through these frequencies? It's not over and around your skull and head. It's actually directly through your brain. So it's going directly through your skull, through the brain, and communicating back and forth with each one of these receivers. So I'll come full circle on that in just a moment. But the ill effects were found on different types of radiation that resulted in cancer in animals. So much so that this is a lot of studies now, many of them done in Europe, not in the United States. And 250 reputable scientists from 40 countries around the world signed a petition and sent it in to the World Health Organization and the UN. They were worried, and they saw the dangers and they saw the studies on radio wave radiation, and they saw it on potentially causing cancer.